What's up everybody, welcome back to the RA Visuals YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about keyboards once again, and in our last little 5 things video with keyboards, we talked about 5 easy ways to customize the look of your keyboard. But I already said, what about the sound of your keyboard? So we're going to cover that in today's video, and if you didn't see the last one, go ahead and click up here and check that out. But we're going to go ahead and go through 5 little, I think they're pretty easy, but there's some that require a little bit of skill, but I'll kind of go through that. Different ways to customize the sound of your keyboard, because a lot goes into it. It takes a lot of time, but if you give it a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and really put some heart into it, it'll make your keyboard sound just that much better. So let's go ahead and get right into it right after a word from our sponsor. RA Visuals merch is finally here, fam. We have partnered up with streamerwear.com to bring you some really awesome and high quality threads with your favorite RA Visuals logo on them. We have hats, shirts, pullovers, hoodies, heck, we even have coasters for your coffee mug if you want. I've also included an alternate logo version that you can get every item in as well, so be sure to check that out. Of course, everything you grab supports the channel and helps me keep making more content for you guys to enjoy. So head over to streamerwear.com and check out my collection using the merch link in the description and cop some fresh new gear to show off to your friends. Okay, customizing the sound of your keyboard. I know you guys see these videos all the time, everybody doing all these cool little mods to keyboards and making them sound super different. And yeah, I know just changing out parts and stuff like that can always do it, but there's other things that are a little bit more involved that are a part of this that actually go into it. So we're gonna get right into that. So we're gonna start this thing off with keycaps. Now, yes, I know I already mentioned keycaps in my last video as part of making your keyboard look different, but they also make it sound different too, and let me explain why. So keycaps are all made of different sizes, materials, and different profiles and everything like that, different heights, all that kind of stuff. So everything that goes into creating that keycap makes it give a different sound every different type that you put on your keyboard. So for instance, this keyboard I got right here, this has some double shot PBT keycaps. So let me go ahead and let you listen to that. Here is a double shot PBT keycap. And now let me go ahead and pull this keycap off real quick. Take that off, and you can already see just the way this is constructed. There you go, that's a double shot PBT keycap. So it's a little bit deeper of a noise because again, it's double shot PBT and it's a bit thicker. So let me show you a thinner keycap that we can switch this out with. This is actually a pudding keycap from HK Gaming. So here you go, there's a pudding keycap right there. You can see that it's a bit thinner material. You can actually see it flex a little bit more. Let me put this on the exact same keyboard and let you listen to what that sounds like, just switching a keycap out. Now, hopefully you guys can hear the difference there. Definitely with the pudding keycap, it's a lot higher of a sound profile, and then when you switch over to the double shot PBT, it gets a lot bassier and a lot deeper. So because of that thicker material, it gives it a much deeper noise. So again, this is all based on preference, guys, whatever you guys like better, but I just wanted to point out that just simply changing keycaps of your keyboard can overall change the sound of it. Okay, so let's move on to the second thing you can do to improve the sound of your keyboard, and that is lubing your switches. Now, if you guys don't know what a switch is, it looks just like one of these or one of these right here. It has a couple different parts on it. You have the bottom housing right here, then you have the upper housing, then you have the stem, which is right there, a little piece that goes down, and what it goes into is a spring. So there's 4 different pieces that you got on each switch right there that you need to lube. So it's quite a bit of a process. I've done this a lot of times on the channel. I do it with all of my keyboards basically because, guys, it's so worth it. It makes the sound just so much better. It makes everything sound smoother. You get less ping. You get less scratchy noises. You get a lot more just smooth actuation, and you can definitely hear it in the sound tests and stuff like that. And if you guys have stuck around on my streams and stuff like that, you'll see me doing this all the time because, like I said, it's very worth it. Pretty much all of my keyboards end up getting lubed because like I said, it's just so worth it. You don't even have to do it with this process, the paintbrush and the Krytox method. I recently just tried out spray lubing a keyboard as well. So you can basically just take some super lube and then go ahead and just spray it into each one of your switches if you don't have a hot swap keyboard, and then let it dry, and there you go. You got a lubed bunch of switches. So there's a couple different ways of doing it, guys. I personally like doing the paintbrush and lube method. Spray lubing has its place. I know it works, and I think the keyboard that I spray lubed last sounded really good. But again, guys, I just really highly suggest that you guys do this because it makes a stock switch sound just like so much better when you do it. So I highly recommend it. Okay, the third thing that you can do to improve the sound of your keyboard is lubing and clipping your stabilizers. Now, what is a stabilizer? It is, well, on an actual keyboard that's built, these little guys right here that your keycaps sit on top of for like your space, your shift keys, enter, and your backspace key. You'll notice when you take it apart, they have little things that look like this in it. And when you take these apart, guys, there's a couple different pieces to it that you need to lube. You want to lube the actual the arm that's inside of the plastic piece right here, and then you want to go ahead and lube like the inside of the box right there. So that way, basically, again, just like lubing your switches, it gives you a smoother actuation, and everything there's no scratchy noises, there's no ping noises. It just makes it very smooth and fluid. That's the whole point of lubing anything. And then, like I said, if you want to clip it as well, these stabilizers are off the K61 over there that I'm going to be doing pretty soon. There's this little, they call it a claw right there. Let me see if I can get my paintbrush to point it out to you so it's not in your way. So right there, there's this little point on the bottom of certain stabilizers. Some even have two. They have one here and then one on the other side. You basically clip those off so that way when you do a key press, when that thing goes down, it doesn't smack the PCB and make some sort of like ping noise. And again, it's very worth it. It's time consuming, guys, but it really is worth it, especially for things like the space bar that you hit all the time. You guys will notice a difference right after you do it. So I highly suggest lubing and clipping your stabilizers. Okay, and the fourth thing that you can do to improve your keyboard sound is what some people call the Band-Aid mod, but I call it the tape mod because I personally use white electrical tape like this right here. And the whole process of this is you basically cut little strips of your tape and then you apply it to the plate on whatever keyboard you're doing. Again, this is off a K61 that I'm doing right now. So you take little pieces of tape, as you can see right here, and the whole point is to basically take it and wrap it around the keyboard right here. And what that does is when you put the stabilizer back in, it keeps it from moving around and rattling. So a lot of keyboards will have a very bad rattle problem, and simply just doing this, applying a little bit of tape or applying those Band-Aid mods like we talked about, will severely improve that sound. Because some keyboards, man, they are a rattly mess, especially space bars. They're nuts. They're really bad. So just simply doing this will keep those stabilizers from moving around so much, and you will not have that rattle noise anymore. So again, highly suggest it. It's a very cool mod to do, and it's super easy. Okay, and the fifth and final mod that I'm going to suggest to you guys today is adding some sound dampening foam to your keyboard. So this right here is a sheet of neoprene foam, and you can readily get it on Amazon. It's actually very easy to get, and it has a little adhesive backing on it. So you basically just cut it to size for whatever keyboard you're using, and then you peel it off, and then you just place it inside the case of the keyboard. So this Mizar keyboard right here, you guys may have seen me already do this for that one. This thing, a lot of keyboards have a very hollow case on the bottom. It's super empty. So when you end up doing a couple of key presses, that sound travels through the case and it reverberates through the case. And if there's nothing to catch that reverberation, then you end up getting these weird noises that come out of it. It makes it pingy, it makes it scratchy, all that kind of stuff. So adding a little bit of neoprene foam or some other kind of sound dampening foam will really take those noises away. And every single keyboard that I've ever done it to, it improves like dramatically. Like, I really like it. So it's a thing I pretty much do to every keyboard that I'm able to. There are some, like for instance, like the Gamma K keyboards that you cannot do it to because they're made from like sheets of those poly whatever those things are, the see-through material. And but certain ones, like say the GK61 right here, or again the Mizar, they have a very hollowed out case those are what I highly suggest using this on. And again, guys, super easy. You just cut it to size, place it in there, push it down as much as you can, put the PCB back on top of it, and you're done. That's really all it is, and it really makes your keyboard sound so much better. Okay guys, so that was just 5 little easy tips for you guys to get started on modding your keyboards. I really just wanted to give you guys a couple ideas if you guys were getting into keyboards and just didn't know where to go with the whole modding community thing. Hopefully my suggestions helped you out and got you started at least. And if you would like to see how you actually do each one of these like fully, I got a lot of videos on the channel that show me doing every process. And if you also want to see me doing it live, I do it on my live streams all the time, so make sure you guys subscribe and get those notifications on, because whenever I put the notification out, I'll be going live pretty much right after that and whatnot. So if you guys really enjoyed this video and you thought it was helpful, make sure you guys give it a like. And then you know, if you guys want to see something else as far as keyboards, make sure you guys leave it in the comments below, and I'll be sure to go ahead and take that into consideration for you. But that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Later.